The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just got great news from the NFL. That is today's show topic. You're watching Bucs Breakdown by Chat Sports. My name is Reid Bartkus. Before we get on with the salary cap increase in the NFL, the great news that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just got, thank you so much. We just hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed. Shout out to mom, dad, sister, brother, Kevin. No, I'm just kidding. Well, they are subscribed, but thank you to everyone. Literally, I can't believe it. I can't believe we're already 1,000 subscribers. I just remember back in November thinking, hey, maybe I could be the host of the Bucs Breakdown, and here we are. So all you guys, that is nothing I did. It is all you guys supporting me and supporting this channel and loving the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just like I do. So before I wanted to get into our show topic, I just wanted to really say thank you to everyone. But enough about me and the channel. Let's talk about the great news that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got, and that is the salary cap is increasing once again. Tom Pelissero, shout out to him. The NFL informed clubs today it is projecting a 2026 salary cap in the range of $301.2 million to $305.7 million per club per source. That would represent another significant jump from this year's $279.2 million cap hit and nearly $100 million than the 208 back in 2022, which is absolutely unbelievable if you think about it, how much business is booming. So another cap increase, just another talking about it a little bit more, giving some more information on it. The NFL informed clubs it is projecting a major 2026 salary increase. Sort of like what it was saying, 301 to 305.7, which is absolutely crazy because the increase is between 7.8 and almost 9.5%, which is just incredible when you think about over the years what the NFL has really produced in terms of product and how popular it has gotten. I mean, look back to 2013. It was at $123 million. That is pocket change as of now compared to all the contracts and salaries that are going out each year. But you just look over the years and you look all the way into 2022, about 208. That is read English, please. That is a crazy increase. When you look at the last 4 years, 2023 to 2026, 224.8 million, and then 255, 279, and then now we're all the way up to 305. So an incredible jump, and the only time it ever went down was during the big CO, if you know what I'm talking about. But now that we're past that, the NFL is hotter than it has ever been. I mean, we know growing up, the NFL was always very popular and really got on the scene and everyone was enjoying it. But I think right now it is really king in the sports industry right now. The NHL is not touching it. The NBA is not touching it. They got their own problems right now. And the MLB, the Dodgers are controlling that entire MLB, that entire league. So, and then the umpires are doing their best to take it all the way down. But this is not an MLB channel. We have the Red Sox rundown for that. But like I said, the NFL is hot, and teams are benefiting from it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will benefit as well. Now, I will say, with the salary cap going up, it is ebbs and flows of that means player salaries will probably go up as well, just because more money means more money to give away and more profit. And so just take it with a grain of salt, but it is still good news and great news for the Bucs. Now, we have approximately $16 million in cap space for 2026. Now, Spotrac and Over the Cap, two websites that do a really good job of sort of controlling that, is between like 14 and a half and then sometimes maybe up to 18. So I sort of take it in the middle, 16. And Jason Licht and the Glazers should be busy this offseason, because when you get an increase like this, and then we have, I think we're ranked about 17th in salary cap space, so we're roughly right around the middle. So I think they should be pretty busy in terms of maybe bolstering this defense, because a lot of my team needs are edge, linebacker, O-line depth, and defensive back. So a lot of defensive stuff, and that's really should be the focus for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading into the offseason and heading into the NFL draft as well. I mean, we have a total of 7 picks, all of our picks as well. So no trades yet. If they want to do a trade, we'll cover that, because that would be really fun. But I think defense really needs to be in the front of Jason Licht's mind in terms of, hey, last year was not good, and we knew that. And the O-line depth is, injuries and anything of that sort. But having the defense be the main priority in the offseason is something that will help Baker Mayfield, the offense, a new OC, and just help Todd Bowles and the Bucs altogether. So I think that really should be the focus. And if you guys agree, please let me know down in the comment section. If you want the Bucs to lock in on defense in 2026, type Y for yes or type N for no. But if you do type N for no, please let me know if you're looking for maybe a new tight end. You let Cade Otton go in free agency and maybe look at a guy like Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon. Then, hey, let me know down in the comment section. But get your thoughts in. This is not about me. This is about Bucs fans just like you. Now, next up, I want to talk about the potential offseason plan for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after the salary cap increase. Now, like I said before, it's sort of like a take it with a grain of salt. As things rise, so do salaries and other stuff like that. Now, I will say this is not my strong suit. I played football and all growing up in high school, so I know the game. I know the NFL. I know it's fun, and I know ball, but the salary cap part is where I'm a little shaky, but I'm not an idiot. So this is my potential Bucs plan for the offseason. First, restructuring and extensions. This is pretty simple. You have a guy who is doing really well for your team, and you see him being with you in the future. You can sort of restructure that contract to push money down a couple years to help with your salary cap this year in 2026. Now, the first guy, captain, Mr. Baker Mayfield. Now, savings you get with a restructuring for Baker Mayfield is around $20 million. That is a lot of money. And when you think about Baker Mayfield, yes, he had a down year last year, but I think he's going to have a little bit better of a year this year. Having some more continuity with your OC and that relationship that they had in LA, I think 2025 stats, yes, not the best, but with a more better, not better. I don't want to slight Josh Grizzard, but 2025 was not the best year for Baker Mayfield, and it kind of hurts his contract extension because if you remember or if you know, Baker Mayfield is going into a contract year in 2026. Now, I was kind of expecting with the year that he had in the beginning of 2025, I thought he was going to really be one of the top quarterbacks, at least in the quarterback market, and they were going to extend him this offseason to keep him here for maybe 2 or 3 more years. But that doesn't seem like the case. It could still be the case because I have a crazy thought. I expect Baker Mayfield to have a better season this year in 2026 with Zach Robinson coming in. They have that relationship. We got weapons on the outside. What if you extend Baker before his price tag goes up? Because if he has a good 2026 season with Zach Robinson and with this offense, with the Baker Mayfield that I know we've seen in 2024 with Liam Cohen, we know he is a good quarterback and he can lead this team in the right direction. If he does that in 2026, his price tag goes up and you're going to have to pay him a lot more money than you will this offseason. So that's my crazy thought. If you agree with me, please let me know. But I like Baker Mayfield as our quarterback. And you know who else I like? The guy that protects him, Tristan Wirfs. This guy's a Buck for life. If I'm going to say Mike Evans is a Buck for life, we better make sure Tristan Wirfs is a Buck for life because he's one of the best tackles in the NFL. Maybe not the best one. And producer Cullen, if you could go back to that player bio real quick, I just want to let them know that with a restructure, $18.5 million. If you're doing the math, it's a lot of savings right there if you're talking about the Bucs salary cap. So Tristan Wirfs, though, Jesus, this guy's unbelievable, and we know he's been unbelievable. But you don't let a guy like this leave your team. 92 overall offensive grade. This is PFF grades, by the way. I'm sorry. I should have edited that on the bottom. 2025 PFF stats. His pass blocking grade 84, 91. And only 22 pressures are allowed. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. And he shouldn't. If he does, what are we doing wrong? If you restructure him, cap space goes from $16 million to $54 million. Now, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. Re-signing people that we're going to take back and knowing that we're going to take somebody back, it is all ups and downs, and this is why it's a potential plan. Nothing is set in stone, so I don't want anybody in the comments being like, "Oh, we can't do that." It's like, yes, we can. Maybe if we don't do this, and everything's going here back and forth. But this is just very general. It'll go from 16 to 54. You restructure him. Those two guys you should have on your roster. Extend Baker and restructure Tristan Wirfs. So you're just down the line, sort of like the Eagles have done, and you keep a guy who you want on your team forever. All right, next one, and I'll kind of go through this a little bit because we've talked about Devin Lloyd, but sign Devin Lloyd. If you're talking about bolstering this defense and really helping in the offseason, the draft can do that, but also free agency as well. If you want to go a little bit bigger and maybe spend a little bit more money, let's go after Devin Lloyd. The guy, 6'3", 235, 81 tackles. We'll get to his stats in a little bit, but if we're going to lose Lavonte David, this could be your corner piece for the next 3, 4, 5 years if you really want to spend that money. Because if you look at the linebacker market right now, he's probably going to be top 5. Producer Cullen, who is our host for Jags now, second team All-Pro, the guy is unbelievable. And he's probably going to go between number 3 and 4, Tremaine Edmunds and Zach Bond, maybe that 17 to 18. But I could also see him, and producer Cullen could also see him beating the market and getting above Fred Warner with over $21 million a year. And for good reason. This guy's unbelievable. 81 tackles, 6 TFLs, 7 PBUs to 5 interceptions. That is also a slight on me. I should be writing that down. Producer Cullen, what am I doing? 7 PBUs to 5 interceptions, 1 forced fumble recovery, and 1 touchdown, the 99-yard pick six on Patrick Mahomes, which is absolutely unbelievable. But like I said before, between 17 and 20, I think he gets 20. It just depends on where it goes. The somewhere between 17 and 20 is the expected, but I think he probably gets over 20. Now, the last one on our potential Bucs plan, like I said, very general. Things have to here and there. Blockbuster trade. Now, this has been rumored and been talked about, and if you're going to make a blockbuster trade, this would be the guy to do it. You go all in for Maxx Crosby. That is a big-time blockbuster move to go get a guy that will be the captain and the main guy on your defense after Lavonte David leaves. This is a big blockbuster trade if you're really serious about, 2025 or 2025 defense not being great and 2026 having a better future in terms of Maxx Crosby is a huge lift to that defense. The biggest need in 2025 and the biggest letdown was that pass rush. He had no pass rush. Yaya Diaby had a great season. And just because he's expensive doesn't mean he's out of the question. If you want to give up a lot to go get Maxx Crosby, I think you go do it. But you guys let me know if you would take Maxx Crosby for a lot of his contract is big. We would be able to figure it out though, and you'd have to give up a lot of draft picks, and the Raiders would ask for a lot. But that's something that these two guys should be doing if they think they're hot seat, if they're on the hot seat. I know Todd Bowles is definitely on the hot seat, but Jason Licht, he's been this GM forever. Over 10 years he's been this GM, and he's the one who kept Todd Bowles. So if they don't want their seat to be too hot, making a trade like Maxx Crosby is probably something that would fire the fans up and let them know he's serious about helping this defense in 2026, which would help with their hot seat. All right. Now, like I said, I don't want to say Jason Licht's seat is hot, but it's maybe warm, just a little bit warm. Now, I don't know if anyone remembers or if anyone really cares, but I said I would shave my mustache if we hit 1,000 subscribers, and we're at 1,011 now, and I feel like these two guys look alike. No, maybe a little bit, maybe just different hair color. I don't know, but it's time to say goodbye to the stash. Cullen, let's shave this stash, man. Let's shave the stash. You can keep Baker up while I shave it. But shout out to everyone for 1,000 subscribers. Let's make it 2,000. Hey, maybe at 2,000 I'll grow my whole beard out super big and then shave that. Who knows? I don't know. But let's do it because it's fun. Boom. Is it all gone, Cullen? Did I miss some? Maybe I missed some at the top. Boom. There we go. There we go. Thank you, everyone, to 1,000 subscribers. The mustache is gone. My mom is very, very happy watching this right now. Shout out to everyone for making it to the end of the video. I know that was a little goofy, a little fun, but that's what you're going to get here at Bucs Now. Bucs Breakdown. Jesus. You're going to get at Bucs Breakdown right now. No. All right. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. And as always, fire the cannons.